What are goals and objectives in a project proposal, and how can NGOs write them effectively? This video is presented by Funds for NGOs. Goals and objectives form the most important part of a project proposal, and one should pay great attention while framing them. Setting the goal is often the first step towards developing a proposal, as it lays the foundation for the project. Next in the process is defining objectives that would help in achieving the goal. A well-written proposal always has clearly defined goal and SMART objectives to attain the desired goal. To begin with, let us understand what a goal and an objective means and the difference between them. Goal: it is a broad statement that defines what you plan to do in a project. It gives an idea to the reader of what problem your organization intends to address. Objective: these are detailed statements describing the ways through which you intend to achieve the goal. Now that the difference between a goal and an objective is clear, we will look at ways to write quality goals and objectives. Framing a quality goal. Do not write a vague goal. A goal is a broad statement. It does not mean that the project goal should be vague. Your goal should be clearly written so that the reader understands your purpose of proposing a project. The goal should be in line with the problem statement. Goal of the proposal shows the reader your intention towards solving a particular problem, and therefore the goal should be in line with the problem statement. The goal should be consistent with your organization's mission and vision statement. As your organization addresses certain social and developmental issues, keep these in mind while you draft proposals and write goals. Use simple language to write a goal. Avoid the use of jargons and technical words to write a goal. Use language that is easy to understand by people. Keep only one goal for a proposal. Try to keep one goal for the proposal, as having multiple goals in a particular project only creates confusion. Framing quality objectives. Once you have a logical and well-reasoned goal, you have to frame 3-4 objectives that would help you in achieving the particular goal. Objectives should address the 5 W's. Why are you proposing a particular thing? What approach will you adopt to reach the desired goal? When will you conduct a particular project? Where will you implement the project? Who will be the primary stakeholders, beneficiaries, or who will be doing a particular thing in a project? Objectives should support the goal. It is very important that each of your objectives contributes and supports in achieving the goal. For instance, if the goal of the project is to improve maternal health in XYZ area, then each of the objectives should contribute and suggest measures for improving maternal health. Objectives should follow a logical order. One should always remember that objectives should be logically placed, which simply means that while implementing a project, a step-by-step procedure should be in place. Frame SMART objectives. Most of the program managers might have heard about this acronym for framing quality objectives. SMART means objectives that are specific. This means that the objectives should be clear and unambiguous, giving details of how and what you intend to achieve. Measurable. This means that the objectives should be quantifiable so that one can see if they are being achieved or not. Achievable. This means that the objective should be feasible, viable, and within the control capacity of the organization. Realistic. When you draft the objective, to ensure that they are realistic and can be attained within the available resources and time frame. Time-bound. It is important to give a time frame for completing a particular objective, without unnecessary delays. Use action verbs while drafting objectives. Whenever you frame objectives, use active verbs like create, identify, promote, enhance and increase, etc. These verbs help in describing the course of action and give clarity to your object. Keep 3 to 4 objectives. Each objective will further have several activities and tasks to be undertaken. Let us take a few examples to explain what we actually mean by quality goal and objectives. Example 1. Goal: improve the livelihood of tribal population of 5 villages in XYZ district using local resource-based approach. Objective 1: to promote local community-based institutions by the formation of 5 primary collectors group to empower the tribal communities in XYZ district by the end of the first quarter. Objective 2: to build capacities of 500 tribal families through 10 training sessions on the collection, grading and primary processing of identified products in the first year. Objective 3: to enhance the income of the trained population by 30% through the establishment of sustainable market linkages for the sale of the NTFP collected by the end of the second year. Example 2. Goal: ensuring quality education to the deprived urban children living slums of ABC City through participatory and responsive community action. Objective 1: to enhance awareness of parents in target locations on the importance of education, through 5 sensitization camps to be organized in the first month. Objective 2: to develop child-friendly education system for imparting quality education to 200 children aged between 6 to 14 years. And motivating them towards formal education system through our evening classes. Objective 3: 50% of program participants are registered in government schools by the end of their first year of participation in the program, through networking and liaising with school authorities. The examples above have broad statements as their goals, but both of these clearly indicate to the reader what the project intends to do. The 3 objectives supporting the goal also clearly define ways of how they would contribute to improving the livelihoods. They follow the SMART principle, answering all the details of why, what, where, when and who of the project. Remember that framing goals and objectives is the most important section of the proposal, and it takes time to create a meaningful proposal. Setting logical and articulated objectives will help you to develop a proposal that will have higher chances to get funded. The simple steps suggested in the video will help you in taking the first step of developing a successful proposal. Sign up to access more grants and funds.